Welcome back, Couch Community. Friday the 17th today. We thought we'd better come back and give you another episode. Willie over in London, you right, man?
Yeah, man, ready to just steam in off the long run up today and get into some more cricket chat, eh?
Sweet. So I thought before we start today, just want to give everyone a big shout out for the support they're showing us. Obviously that fan mail is going crazy. We're getting about 15 to 20 DMs after every episode. Probably about 70% of them are quite aggressive and negative, but that obviously allows us to provide you with a bit more content at the start of the show, and then obviously we are getting some that's quite positive, which is also we received that, and we're quite happy with some of that. So yeah, today what we thought we'd do, we've got the Central Stags playing the Canterbury Wizards slash Kings in the Super Smash in a few hours. So we thought we'd, similar to episode 4, we thought we'd run through our all-time Central Stags and all-time Canterbury Wizards T20 sides as something a little bit different today. But once again, we've been lucky enough with the fan mail, so we are going to kick it off with that. And Willie, you wanted me to go first today?
Yeah, go on.
Alrighty, so this one is a little bit longer, so bear with me. So this one is from Cameron from Leith Street, Dunedin. Just listen to episode 3, and what an absolute train wreck. That guy with the fat jaw has no idea what he was talking about, saying that Glenn Phillips shouldn't be there. He is a complete game changer when in a Volts jersey. The other guy with the cap also just swears too much, so now my 5-year-old Benji is banned from listening to the show. Losers, get a life. I've unsubscribed from both YouTube and Spotify. So yeah, thank you, Cameron.
Well, Cameron, sorry that we couldn't do it for you, but it's
Yeah,
quite the harsh review.
can you
Yeah,
top that one?
all we can say is apologies. My one's not quite that bad. I've just got another one from Dunedin, actually. We actually get quite a lot of Dunedin listeners. By the looks of it. It is Garrick from Dunedin says Nick should change his Phoenix t-shirt, otherwise he'll start to smell. And it's hard to take Will seriously. He looks like he is on a pedo register with that moustache. That being said, can you guys stop with your cricket reviews and give us a real man sport, football? Give me more football. I'm a pom. Cheers. So,
Oh gosh.
yeah,
All
I'm
right. Well, if I
unsure how
can,
to react to that one.
yeah. Well, if I can react to it, I do just want to say, did you say that was Garrick?
Yeah, I've never heard that as a name before, but yeah,
Yeah. Anyway,
must be
we're not here
Irish
to
or
abuse
something.
people for their
Yeah,
names. So,
yeah.
well, I will say, I mean, Garrick, we shot the first 2 episodes on the same evening, so we aren't wearing the same clothing.
Mm,
We are pretty hygienic young men, so you don't need to be worried about that. As for you being on a register, I doubt that would ever be happening. So I'll back you
yeah.
there, man.
I don't
Um,
think so. I don't think so. So,
yeah. And in terms of football, like yeah, we'll obviously we're a podcast for all sports, so we'll be covering football. But at the moment, there's obviously a wee bit of cricket on. It's summertime, the sun's out. Not for you, but
mm,
for us in New Zealand. So Garrett just needs to be patient, and that's a little bit. Yeah, I'm not happy with that feedback. But anyway,
yeah,
all feedback's
yeah.
good feedback.
No, that's all right. I'm kind of just wondering what Garrick's age bracket is that he might kind of
Mm,
come into, because that is just, yeah, it kind of sounded a bit boomery. So let's
mm.
just hope he can sort that out for us.
So what's your guess then? You're going 50 plus?
Yeah, 50 plus age bracket. Yeah, geriatric almost. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Fair enough. Alrighty. So we'll rip straight into it. So as I said today, we're going through Central Stags and Canterbury Kings all-time T20 squads. We're going to start it off with today's home side. So I'll go first and just rattle through mine. So my opening pair for my all-time Central Stag side, I've got current player Will Young. I think he's done enough in the last few years. And alongside him, I've gone George Worker ahead of Jamie Howe because I think Jamie Howe was a bit of a prick, but also George Worker offers a little bit more with the ball. Um, my I guess my top order after that is I've gone Matthew Sinclair at 3, Ross Taylor at 4, which obviously picks itself, and Tom Bruce at 5. So some good consistent batting there. The middle order, I've got Jacob Oram and Doug Bracewell as my kind of all rounders, and then my I've only got two. I've got a spinner and then two more seamers. So I've got my spinner, one of your favourites. So you might think they're playing in Pakistan. Ajaz
Hey,
Patel.
Jazzy Jazz, yeah,
Yeah,
Jazz
obviously
Apples,
not.
yeah.
Yeah, obviously not great in the T20 format, but I mean the Stags have had pretty bloody limited spinners. It was either him or Tareen Nathula. So I've
Oh,
gone for
he pushes out some good leggies though, to be fair.
it does, yeah. But I've gone Jazzy there, and then I've gone Adam Milne and Mitch McLennan as my other seamers there. So do you
Keto
like my
diet,
team?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Do
yeah,
you like
yeah.
my
No,
team?
that's yeah, yeah. Yeah. I guess it's I'm a bit shocked to not hear any Seth Rance in it. Just for a shameless plug for one of our sponsors there, Williams
Mm,
Farming, as we don't need to double dip and go into the same give it the
mm.
same shout out, but yeah. No, apart from that, it sounds pretty decent.
Yeah, I mean Seth Rance. I thought about it, but then I just thought if you're putting together an all-time team, and I mean one that I would put together, not maybe not one that you'd put together. Yours is slightly different. Um, I don't really want people go at 15 and over. It's just not really. Yeah, that's just not what we're
Yeah,
after.
no, I
So
guess that's fair. I guess sometimes you have to look at the stats in sports and follow them for to make your judgments. And I guess going at 15 and over probably isn't gonna cut the mustard in any team, is it? Let
no.
alone
So
an all
anyway,
timer.
we've obviously we've obviously got a few fans from that Central Districts regions. They'll be looking forward to this episode. But so yeah, you better provide them with yours. Go ahead, Willie.
Oh, okay. Well, I actually took it a bit differently, and I made a combined 11. I didn't know that we're doing one each, so I made a combined 11.
Oh,
But
okay.
they're kind of not actually the same players that you. I don't actually think I've got any of the ones you mentioned. So, to start off my combined 11, I've actually gone for a dirty tactic to start, and I'm going to start with Ronnie Hera um, to open just because pure eye test looks like one of the biggest disgraces I've ever seen. Like, always looks sweaty. He was always on the mics on TV. Like, it was kind of, he just made me feel a bit sick, but sure he's a nice bloke. And then opening with him, I've gone for Peter Ingram. I don't know if anyone really remembers him. That's a real deep dive for those niche cricket fans out there because he had a bloody good mo. He had the chopper mo. He was
Yeah.
a toxic slogger at the top. He's a good player. At three, I've gone for 2 meter Peter. Like it's hard to like miss him out of one of these kind of 11s because how many people are just known for and their name just 2 meter Peter, like just your height and your name. Like that's not really a normal
Mm.
characteristic, is it? Then in my middle order, I've actually got a shout out to a family of New Zealand cricketers. I've gone for two Kachofas, a Carl Kachofa and a Brad Kachofa. Carl from CD, and then Brad was Firebirds, but then went to Canterbury for a bit,
They moved
and
around a
then
bit, some of them, eh?
yeah, yeah, and then obviously there's an honourable mention to Craig, who didn't play for either of these teams, but just kind of family affair. So you got to shout out to that. Then I've got Kieran Noema Barnett, who's just one of the great Pukakura Park bullies. Loves that short side. Oh, well, I mean both sides are short, but just loves getting like a 70 off 20 balls at Pukakura Park. One of the greats. Then my wicket keeper, I've gone for Kruger National Park Van Wyk. Just probably the shortest cricketer of all time. I'm sure how the pads and reaches go up through his helmet into his brain. So he was certainly a player, probably a massive prick as well, but
Oh, he knew how to chirp. He
yeah,
could chirp, eh?
he knew how to chirp. Then all rounder, gone for Andy Ellis. Enough said. I've said enough about this guy. Yeah,
Surprise.
yeah, surprise, surprise. Then Todd Astle, or Todd Astley. Yeah, probably just the shit Astle
Speedo
in
goggles.
yeah, the shit Astle in New Zealand cricket who wears his speed dealers while he bowls, but instead of bowling leg spin, he just kind of just chucks them out like he's not doesn't get it. Like he could have been in the Black Caps plans instead of like you will Simon Bills or AJ Patel's, but he actually can't spin the ball, so that's one negative of his leg spin. Um, Second to last, I've gone for Marty Kane. I don't know if any of you diehards actually know who that is, but if you haven't, have a look, search up Marty Kane bowling action, and you will have a stroke. You'll have a stroke or an aneurysm because he literally, oh, I can't even describe to you. He just stutters and bloody stops and just fucking there's limbs everywhere. It's just an absolute disgrace. And then my finale piece, Gordon Bennett. He's a good player, Hamish Bennett, but just that action is just so powerful through the crease, like it
Yeah.
makes you a bit scared. So yeah, that is my team.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, he's one of my favourites all time. You'll see him in my Canterbury team, I believe. But Hamish Benet did an ACL every game he played, didn't he? Because he decided
Yeah,
to stomp on both his knees every time he bowled. Yeah,
yeah, just
one of,
Joel Wilding, both just tearing both ACLs every time he bowls.
yeah, one of the greats. No, yeah, some absolute classics there. I like you mentioned Kieran Noema Barnett, one of the greats, just a fat
Yeah,
slogger. He was close to mine, but then I thought I'm not the one putting together a piss take 11. Like they've got to
yeah.
actually be a little bit consistent. So,
I guess I
uh,
kind of got a bit of mixed messages in
yeah,
what you're asking for me, but hey, look, it happens.
no, that's
Apologies
all
to the
good, mate.
viewers. You can slag me off in all your fan mail, like it's
No, I
not going to
like
be too
combining
hard
it.
for you guys, is it? Yeah, yeah.
No, I like that you've combined it. To be fair, I don't think Central and Canterbury have produced enough good players for us to really put together a proper 11 for each team. So you've probably done the
Mm,
right thing there.
yeah.
Um, Alrighty, my Canterbury one. I'll rattle through it pretty quickly, and then you can criticise. Um, Up front, I've gone Tommy Latham and Stephen Fleming. Tom Latham not very good in T20s, but they haven't really
Mm.
produced much else. I mean, Peter Fulton to me was just one of the worst all time. So
Do you
no,
mean Stephen Fleming?
yeah, sorry, Stephen Fleming. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
sorry,
got your
just Ricky
Nathan
Ponting,
Aslay.
shout out. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
Ricky
100%.
Ponting, shout out. Yeah,
Nathan Aslay at 3, picks himself. Got Harry Nichols at 4. Um, Daryl Mitchell, one of the angriest guys of all time, at 5.
yeah, a
Uh,
massive ego complex. Yeah, a massive
yeah,
ego complex. Fuck, you wouldn't want to. God, he would. Yeah, he would do some self-talk. That guy.
mm, yeah, 100%. My next one, I think, is one of the biggest pricks in New Zealand cricket. Again, don't want to get cancelled, so I've got to be careful saying that. But Craig McMillan, like he commentates, he's a know-it-all. He's rude. He just doesn't seem like a nice guy, and he doesn't seem like
Mm.
the kind of guy that you'd want to get on the siders with. So I've put him in there, but they're only for his cricket, nothing else. Um, any thoughts on Craig McMillan before I carry on?
No, yeah, I think you summed it up well. He's just a piece of shit. That's really all we can say. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's a fan of the show too, so I hope he doesn't watch this episode, otherwise we're cancelled.
Oh, I don't mind getting
Um,
some fan mail to put me in my place. Yeah, it kind of turns me on a bit.
Chris Cairns after him,
Hmm.
another one. He's really good. Like he's good to punt
The
on
bookie's
because
nightmare. Yeah, the
he's a
bookie's
fucking
nightmare.
nightmare. You know? Yeah, like especially if you talk to him before the game, like he'll give you his best
Yeah,
punt, and
yeah.
he can sort it for you. He
He
knows what he's doing.
delivers. Yeah.
And then I've got your Ronnie Hara as my spinner.
Mm.
Um, and then my seam attack, Hamish Benet, broken knees Benet, Matt Henry, and Shane Bind to round it out and number 11.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
thoughts on my Canterbury team, man?
Yeah, no, it's very Canterbury. Like, kind of made it's a yeah, it's a selection of players. I'll say that much. Quite a lot of Black Caps experience in there.
Mm,
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it doesn't really make me feel that great. Like, it's
mm,
not an amazing team, but I think there's quite a lot of kind of Black Caps battlers in there, like mixed in, like players that aren't that top level.
yeah,
Like, yeah, your Tom Latham's, sorry, he doesn't do much for me. Like,
no, yeah,
apart from the odd test against Bangladesh or Sri Lanka where he'll get a double ton, but then, like, when you get your 15 against Australia, it doesn't really make you feel any kind of way, does it?
nah, yeah, no, that's right. They've got a lot of those kind of longer format sort of players, eh? But
Yeah, your
when you're at that,
Harry Nipples
yeah,
burst onto the scene and then kind of never really,
mm,
kind of just a
yeah,
premature climax and then kind of never
yeah.
was able to keep it up for too long, was he?
Nah, and there's definitely a lot of recency bias there. Like, obviously, our brain capacity, like, we can't remember things from, like, we can't remember heaps of things from way back. So, like, we can remember the odd Ronnie Hira or the Peter Fuldens or the,
Mm.
your Hamish Benets and stuff. But, it's hard to go too far back. So, They're probably
Yeah.
lucky when we do this in 20 years. Another episode featuring a team like this, they probably miss out. So
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
Andy Ellis will probably still get into mine. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. All right, so tomorrow we aren't going to be releasing a show. Like you guys, obviously, most of our viewers have a pretty consistently big Saturday night, so we thought we'll just not drop an episode because you guys will be busy. And then we're hoping to get one out on Sunday or Monday. But yeah, just keep the feedback coming in. We're starting to get voice messages, so I think on
Mm,
the next episode we're going to be playing some voice messages. So if you want to DM us via a voice note, obviously that's a little bit intimidating because your voice will be heard, but we're more than happy to play it like that too. So final thoughts,
exactly.
Will?
Yeah, final thoughts. Yeah, just like you said at the top, like appreciate all the support. If you can just subscribe and like and get our channel out there, to out in
Mm.
the deep web, so that we can just give up our jobs and just do this full time. Like it'll only come from your
Yeah,
guys' support. So yeah, if you can just keep that up, that would
mm.
be much appreciated. So thank you.
yeah, we're pretty keen on retiring, so we obviously need your support with that. So yeah, absolutely. All right, that'll do
All
us, eh?
right,
See you on the
we'll go
next one,
fuck
community.
ourselves. We will go fuck ourselves. Thank you.
Catch you, man.